Welcome to the first in our series. We are doing a 5-episode series on going to the Nurburgring, and we've been looking forward to this for a very, very long time.
A long time, yeah. It's something we've spoken about for probably coming on for 3 years.
Yeah.
Certainly since the start of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Definitely. So to finally actually get off our butts and go was a real experience.
Yeah. So you will have seen in the background of some of the other videos that we do work for other people.
Yeah.
We almost burnt ourselves out doing that, so we decided to use some of the money that we'd earned from doing those other jobs to go do something for ourselves to get a bit of time off and refresh our heads.
Yeah.
So we were initially going to take this Honda Accord Type R behind us. We decided not to take it because it had no MOT, which was the extent of my thought process.
Yeah. It would just be a faff, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it needed a little bit of welding on the bulkhead, probably the seats putting in a new radiator. Not a great deal, but we thought, let's take the Subaru, it's got an MOT and it's ready to go. We just need suspension, brakes, let's do it.
And then off we go.
If you're watching this video, there's a good chance you've watched the previous videos. It did not go that way at all.
No, it drew blood, sweat, and probably tears at some point.
Yeah.
So it wiped us out.
Yeah, completely deprived us of sleep for almost 2 weeks. Yeah. We don't work a normal shift. We do a mix of night and days. So
12 hours at a time.
Yeah, 12 hours at a time. We're cramming everything in between. It just absolutely destroyed us.
Yeah.
So
I think we must have put in close to 80 hours between us on the car. So it was intense. It was really intense. Yeah. But it turned out to be worth it.
Yeah. So we got the car ready literally just in time. If you want to see that in a bit more detail, go back and check out some of the previous episodes.
It was down to the wire.
It was down to the wire. But it was maybe my 4th or 5th time going to the Nurburgring, and it was Dunk's first time.
Yes. It was a Nurburgring virgin. So these videos will hopefully show you a really nice contrast of what it's like going for your first time and what it's like going for your 5th or 6th time.
Yeah.
Going with your mate is probably one of the best things you can do. I think it would have been a totally different experience for either of us if we'd gone by ourselves.
Yeah.
I probably would have just been terrified. I don't know, and I think you possibly would have just. I don't know, it's nice sharing.
It was kind of nice having a bit of experience and showing you what to do to try and make your experience better as well.
And it was really good. Really good.
One thing to note was how incredible the sim was.
Yeah.
And how big a part it played in your track experience.
Yes, yeah. So I've been doing a lot of practice on Assetto Corsa on my sim rig, and it is just immeasurably valuable. Like we say, I've never been to the Nurburgring before this trip, but I've put in a good few hours worth of practice on the Nordschleife, on the Touristfahrten circuit on Assetto Corsa, and to then go to the track for the first time in real life and know where you're going, know where your braking points are, know what your gears need to be at certain corners. It's really surreal, but it's also really satisfying. And I think that will show in a lot of the footage from the laps that we did.
It was incredible to see because I went for the first time with my friend Ben. We did a super low budget trip to the Nurburgring just for the weekend. 150 quid each. We'll go into that in the last episode, but yeah, we went. I had a little bit of practice on Forza Motorsport 4 or 3. It could have even been 3.
Yeah, not quite the same technology.
Yeah, and when I got to the track, it just did not translate. I had no idea where I was. It does back then. It didn't show you like the elevation changes. The scenery wasn't right at the side of the track, so like that was very confusing.
No reference points at all.
Yeah, so it was a very different animal back then, but Assetto Corsa is probably the most accurate version of it.
It definitely enabled me to drive the track faster, which is possibly not even the most important bit. It let me drive the track a lot safer.
Yeah.
So I think if I hadn't had that experience, I would have been a lot more nervous. I would have been a lot more intimidated by cars coming up behind me. I also possibly wouldn't have had the confidence to pass other vehicles. But it just made for a really complete experience off the track for me.
Yeah. So in this series, we'll be going over a lot of things, and not just your typical Nurburgring video where it is just like track. We're gonna go show you a little bit of the surrounding area, places to eat, stuff to do while you're waiting for the track to open. Because one thing I forgot about when we went was that the track isn't always open, and if you go during the week, it's only open for a couple of hours in the evening. So you've got the whole day to kill before you can actually get out on track. So we'll be doing some other activities and stuff that you can do to kill some time, and there's a lot of cool stuff there, isn't there? So
a lot of good restaurants, really good food.
Yeah, the food was mega.
Most of it was Italian, or was that just us? That might have been our fault.
Yeah, we did have one night where we went super German.
Yes,
and
we had schnitzels and strudel.
And some Bitburger.
Bitburger.
It's like a reward.
You'll see later on that we brought back a Bitburger souvenir.
Yeah, yeah. We'll be dropping 5 episodes in this series.
The first episode is obviously today's, the one that you're watching, so that's Monday. We will have another one on Wednesday, which will be our first full day at the Nurburgring. Then Friday, and then there'll be another one on Sunday, which will be our last full day. And then the following one on Tuesday, that's going to be like a wrap-up video. So that'll have our cost analysis. We'll reference back to your super budgeted trip with Ben.
Yeah.
And that'll also include the journey home, because obviously that's a bit less exciting than going out there and all the stuff that we've done. So that'll be on Tuesday. So week and a bit of videos for you.
Yeah. So we had literally just done a full day at work, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yep.
And we finished work, went home, got a shower, and headed straight for Dover. We had to be at the ferry for 4 a.m.
Yep.
And it didn't quite go as smooth. We didn't really show it in the video, but the motorway was shut on the way down.
Yeah, we had pretty awful weather around Birmingham as well.
Yeah.
So it took a while.
Yeah, so we did make it in time, but we'll cut straight to us heading down to Dover. If there's anything you see in the video that you want to know a bit more information about, or if there's any tips that you would like for going to the Nurburgring, let us know in the comments down below. We will do our very, very best to answer everything. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy the video. We just had the biggest moment of panic. It's
minor heart attacks.
So it's currently
3:09.
3 o'clock in the morning. We pulled up for petrol literally like half an hour ago, and I am absolutely fucking awful at booking or sorting anything out.
I'll take care of admin next time.
Yeah, yeah. So we pulled up, and I pulled up the booking confirmation and got the ferries the wrong way round. So we'd booked the ferry from
France to the UK.
France to the UK for today, and then UK to France for Sunday. And yeah, we got the ferries the wrong way round. We had a minor moment of panic where we thought we weren't going to make it, and it was going to charge us money to make alterations. It wouldn't let us alter today's because it was too close to the booking. We got here and the woman was like, yeah, it's fine, we'll just swap it around.
Just half an hour of winky bum moment.
Yeah.
Nothing. So we're all right.
Yeah.
And we're about to board. So we are entering the EU.
Yeah. And we've just checked the hotel confirmation to make sure I booked the right dates. So we're good. Yeah.
It's a good job your passport was in date.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am. I'm not the most organised person in the world.
I think you just need to go to sleep.
Yeah. I haven't slept in 24 hours, so that does have something to do with it.
Yeah.
And when I booked it, it was 3 o'clock in the morning as well. So.
Do we need to sort out our work-life balance?
Yeah, probably. So. Yeah, we're gonna board the ferry now, and we'll catch up with you when we get to France.
Yeah.
2 hours later.
Not the correct side of the road, the right side of the road.
So we're in Belgium.
Yeah, we made it.
We just had to pay with some stupid fuel system where you have to pay up front. Obviously we don't know how big our tank is. So.
Or what it translates to in euros.
Yeah, so we just stuck €50 in, and I feel terrible.
Yeah, there was no sleep on the ferry.
No.
We tried, but there was none.
I got a few little bits of sleep, but it was like super aircon, so it was like freezing cold because I just had my shorts and t-shirt. So
what the fuck is that?
It's gonna be peach, is it not?
It's like sweat. Oh wow, I need hydration.
So we're gonna head to Spa on the way, and
De Francorchamps.
yeah.
It's gonna be every time.
So yeah, we're on the way to Spa now, and then we'll obviously head to the Nurburgring from there. And I can't guarantee we'll do much other than sleep when we get there, but
yeah, today's a travel day.
Yeah,
definitely. I think
we haven't slept very well at all because the suspension is very hard in it.
Yeah.
So when we were in the south of England, it was just like don't put your head
for like half an hour, and I think I just broke my neck.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll catch up with you when we get to Spa. Hopefully, we'll have woken up a little bit more by then.
Or we'll crash and die.
Yeah, or we'll crash and die. So we've stopped for some sandwiches.
Some breakfast / dinner.
We just noticed Woody's having a real bad time. So
you're joining us at a pretty special place.
Yeah, so we are at Spa De Francorchamps. And
it's a place I've wanted to go for a long time. It's my favourite circuit.
Yeah.
We've never been before, but whenever we're racing on the simulators or anything like that, I absolutely love Spa.
Yeah. So we can't actually get in today, but we just thought we'd swing by because it's literally en route. So we're gonna see what we can see, and then we're gonna probably go. We saw a few cool garages.
Yeah, little garages, couple of cafes that are motorsport orientated. So we'll check them out.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so as it turns out at Spa, we could see absolutely nothing. That shot is the extent of it.
Oh, we've just been for a little wander round, and as to be expected, you can't see a lot of the track, really.
No, there's a lot of it fenced off and blockaded because they want you to spend money to be able to see it, which is fair.
Oh yeah, pretty an obvious thing, really. But while we're here, we've spotted that there's a museum, so we're going to go see if that's open and check that out if it is. There's meant to be a cool shop / museum type thing as well. Yeah, with lots of supercars in it. Yeah, we're going to head into the village and see what we can see. I've never been here before. Despite me going to the Nurburgring, I drive past and go, oh, there's Spa, and then never stop. So
makes sense.
Yeah, it's a new experience for me as well. So we'll go into the village and see if we can find anything cool. So we were on the way to the museum, and Duncan Googled some things to do while we were around the track, and we came across this place called Spa Racing, which we thought was a small shop, and it turned out to be way more than that. It's called Spa Racing, and it's like a shop or something with some really cool stuff in it. So
you might notice that little Lancia Delta in the window, or the Ferrari. Is that a 358?
Don't ask me about Ferraris.
It's a Ferrari number.
Nice.
It looks like a place that everything is going to be immensely expensive. So we're going to go in I've left my wallet in the car. I haven't. And yeah, we'll see how painful it is.
Test roadster is actually amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't realise it was a test roadster.
No, I didn't either.
I thought it was a 355 or something like that.
Yeah, it's so nice. Like I'm not that fussed by Ferraris normally, but that is absolutely mega. I just love how like analog and everything looks inside, and like it's proper 80s.
I think the rule with Ferraris, if it's got a name and not a number, then it's pretty special.
Yeah.
They first came out, just opening them up on like the French Riviera.
Yeah.
Like that. We were born too late.
Yeah, this is mega as well. This Lancia, crazy.
So it was at that point that we thought that was Spa racing, that we'd seen it all. So some race suits, some boots, some merchandise, and then those two cars on display. And then we turned around and saw this doorway, and it just opened up into this complete Aladdin's cave of just motoring treasure, really. That's a Subaru.
Oh, I haven't even seen that.
It's a wagon.
Oh yes. Oh, look at that wing. That is amazing. That is super cool.
This is your car on crack.
As if we'd see that. That's such a random car to see in here, isn't it?
That's a pretty mean looking short shifter in there as well. Could do with that for yours.
Looks cool with the STI wings on the front as well, doesn't it? With the extra little step on it.
Yes. Oh yeah, it is a bit wider there as well, isn't it? Big ass air intake through the headlight, of course. That's an immense car. Wonder what it was used for.
It must be somebody's personal car or something. Yeah. I wonder if it's like a genuine STI. I didn't think they made an STI in the Hawkeye, unless they've made it an STI.
It could have a lot of conversion parts, to be fair, yeah.
Oh, because it doesn't have STI rear arches, does it? So
no, it must just be converted.
It's super cool either way.
Yeah, I would imagine there's a lot more going on under the bonnet than you can see. I mean, that is some big intercooler pipework. I would imagine that's not a standard block. Oh hell yeah, actually you can see very faintly through there. That is a big old turbo. That's insane. Porsche's German, near that.
oh man, this is mental. Why have I never stopped here before? Oh, that looks a bit special, doesn't it? That's a Citroen Z. Is it a Zara? I'm not sure. I would have said it was like a ZX or something. So it was a Citroen ZX, and what we learned on the way out was all the cars on display in Spa Racing are for sale, and you can find them on the website. We'll stick a link in the description to their site if you want to go check them out. But there was just an immense display of just insane cars.
They're not a bit too used.
French cars, but I do like Renault 5 turbos. That's amazing. Oh, what?
This is genuinely, it's a shop. It's a shop that you can buy race suits and tops and jackets, and it's just got Formula 1 cars and Le Mans cars. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's crazy. Yeah, so next to all these ridiculous cars, you've just got helmets that you can buy. That's the stock. Absolutely mental. This might be heaven, actually. I think we've died on the way. There's a lot of nice things. I am a sucker for an open wheeler, so this really appeals to me. And driven by a Scotsman. I thought it was David Coulthard's car when we came in. I know it's got fucking David written right on the back of it. I didn't know if it was a sponsor or not.
It couldn't be any more obvious.
Who do you reckon drove this one then? That's pretty.
Look at the exhaust out the back. And
Oh god, yeah. They have some mega wide wheels as well. Absolute bare minimum in the interior. I think I want to stay here. I don't think I need to go anywhere else. Bit of welding artwork in the corner as well, because why not? These are all the old internals from the Subaru. After they shat themselves. Right, I think I'm going to stop filming so we can go and look at some really expensive t-shirts. So we then found that there was even more in another third large room, and that was full of car parts. So there was loads of exhaust parts, there was loads of steering wheels, there was pretty much everything you could use to build or to complete a race car. So it was just mad. So you've got merchandise, you've got full race cars that you can buy, and then you've got all the components to complete a build for yourself. So it had literally everything for a petrol head. It's immense. There's everything in this one aisle to make your own custom exhaust. So you've got all the Y splitters, you've got back boxes, you've got sports cats, you've got titanium wrapping. There's everything. I mean, if you're handy with a welder or clamps, you could literally build your own exhaust system. It's insane. That wheel in the snow.
Just tiny thing, yeah.
I reckon your hands probably won't.
Give me some leg space for one, so
Well,
I
yeah.
might be able to heel and toe then.
That's what makes 5 again.
It's cool lot of signatures. We got some pretty big names on here as well. This side is empty though, and I think it's crying for a signature from both of us.
We should definitely pop our YouTube favorites. Don't you do it? Got like 5,000 followers.
So we hadn't even reached the Nurburgring at this point, and we decided to leave Spa racing before we completely emptied our wallets. And then we headed into the middle of Spa to check out the Motorsport Museum. We are not at a Roman ruins.
Well, I've seen a thing. Seen a thing, Ashley.
So we're at this crazy looking building that looks like a natural history museum or something, but
Next
it
to an
is.
old ruined abbey.
Yeah. So we thought we got the wrong place initially, but it is apparently the Spa Circuit Museum. So
And there is some evidence in an old F1 car.
yeah. So we'll
Oh, it's F3, sorry.
we'll go in and check it out. We got
that you do.
I haven't even looked at any pictures, so I got no idea what's inside.
It might be some absolutely crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So of course it was the most ironic thing, so that when we rocked up at a Belgian motorsport museum, the first things we saw were essentially Japanese royalty. You're going to see something that's very relevant, it's very cool, it'll make you Google.
Okay.
It's in a code.
Oh, nice. Is that an 86? That's an 86 as well. That is, yeah.
It's not like that. Basically the same thing.
We need to make ours sit like that.
Yeah, I was going to say that is
a hell of a tuck, isn't it?
that's yeah.
That's cool. That's it. It's an 8. That's an 86. That.
Probably that. I should probably know what body type it is.
It's a Lennon, isn't it? I think, but it's a.
It's the Trueno that was the coupe style.
Yeah.
And then that's the 11.
Yeah.
Something like that. Oh yeah, there's also a really cool rare Alpha.
Yeah. I don't really like Alphas, but that's quite pretty.
It is. It's not bad, is it? The original Julian.
They're good at styling, not quite so good at
Electrics. It's a hot car.
Yeah.
Both aesthetically and temperature.
Jeez. That's special.
Was the 246 like the track dedicated version of the 250?
I don't know. Ferraris are not my specialty.
To me, it's a 250.
I know like the major ones, like the F40 and the Testarossa and stuff, but.
So this is just more evidence that European cars really are not our specialty, because it turns out that not only do the 250 and the 246 look nothing alike, they were also about 7 years apart in release date, totally different engine, nothing is the same. So for me to go, oh, is that a 250? Nah.
That Mustang's cool.
The Ultima tucked behind.
God, that looks old now, doesn't it? That Ultima.
It's crazy how bang on they got the aerodynamics of the shape of it.
Yeah.
Because they still use. It's a bit of
It's
a rounded,
basically, yeah,
edges,
but it's basically the same.
shape.
So this to me is like one of the most perfect cars because it's like the perfect like collab between Japan and Germany, like with the Gredi and the Trust stuff. It's so cool. It's just a really Japanese livery on a German car.
With a lot of Japanese cars.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's quite big, isn't it?
That's what she said. Michael.
That seat position is why quite a few people died.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot of room for error with that, is there?
No, not quite. That's Schumacher's.
Yeah, it is, yeah. So we've just been in the museum.
Yeah, historic museum, Francorchamps, whatever it is. Really, really cool.
It's really cool. There was a lot crammed in a small space, wasn't there?
Yes,
Like it was.
yeah. There was a lot of really special things
Yeah.
crammed in a small space.
Yeah. When we went to racing Spa racing or whatever it's
Yeah.
called, we found an Impreza.
Yes.
And we're in the Impreza. We also have a Honda Accord Type R, and we went into a museum that was full of German and Italian cars.
First thing we saw, came round the corner, boom. What year was it? 1997.
Accord
Type
Tour,
R.
yeah, touring car, flipping absolutely crazy. It's
quite
it's a lot for us to take in while we've had like 2 hours sleep between
Combined,
us.
yeah.
But it's So I've probably been to the Nurburgring 5-6 times maybe, and I always see Spa, but I just never stopped off. So,
you were missing out.
Yeah, so it's definitely, if you're ever going to the Nurburgring, it's definitely worth swinging by if you've got a spare day.
Plus it'll break up your travel time. I think,
does, yeah.
Because I feel it's woken me up. I feel like I can happily drive the rest of the way now, so.
Yeah.
I was a bit crabby earlier, so I do apologise. Sat there sulking away.
I don't think there's a lot else for us to see in
Don't think so.
Spa.
I mean, it's a really nice little town.
Yeah.
It's really gorgeous. I mean, if you're into... We've kind of got to press on to getting checked into the hotel, but if you've got the time to kick around the town, it looks like it's really nice.
Yeah,
so
it does,
could be
yeah.
worth doing.
Yeah, it's all like very historical buildings, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, we're going to press on, get to the Nurburgring, check into the hotel, and then go do something this evening, possibly, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Beer. Yeah, I can't, but you can. No, antibiotics.
Only until tomorrow.
Oh yeah, only until tomorrow. I can't beer
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll catch you later.
Yeah. My brain's broken. So we're heading out.
Finally, actually heading for Germany.
Yeah. But we just thought we'd get some footage of this because it's so nice and scenic. Some like just crazy, really nice houses. What's with this flipping crazy
KKK thing?
There's like a KKK looking
Carrot snowman.
Cloaked character with like a carrot for a nose.
Maybe it's a local festival.
Yeah, we've seen it everywhere. If anyone knows what it is, let us know because
it's stressful.
Yeah, it's very scary looking.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just such a nice.
It feels
place.
like it's like what you see on a postcard.
Yeah.
It's the stereotypical idyllic historic Belgian countryside.
Yeah.
And then there's one of the most famous racetracks in the world, literally on the other side of that valley.
Yeah. Fucking cows everywhere if you like cows. We have finally arrived.
It's 24 hours after we left.
Yeah.
After we set off.
We're gonna try and like stretch the day out for another couple of hours, and then we're gonna get an early night. Try and get up early in the morning and go and see some bits and pieces. So, we're at the hotel. This is our hotel. I'm not going to try and pronounce that, but it's Guest House Mullenhart. There's a Subaru, and we've got a pretty good view of the castle up there as well, which is pretty sick. You can just about make it out on my terrible zoom on my phone, but
It's not a bad spot, is it?
It's awesome, yeah.
For getting one of the cheap hotels.
Yeah, we did actually go for one of the cheapest hotels on booking.com. We will do a video at the end and like do a full breakdown of the cost of the whole trip, because
it's very much on a budget.
It's on a budget, and I think a lot of people think it's a lot more expensive than it actually is.
I genuinely always did.
Yeah. So we're going to go into town, try and find a plug adapter because we both forgot them, and then we'll just
have a
drive
bit of an explore, maybe.
Drive about, and I'll show you some of the bits and pieces that I know about, and
maybe look for some unexplored gems.
Yeah.
Cool.
So at this point we hadn't slept for nearly 48 hours. I was just completely struggling to talk. We were talking to the camera and it was just coming out as complete gibberish. we tried to stretch the day out for a few more hours so that we could get a really good night's sleep for the next day and kind of recover. We were still recovering from not sleeping for almost 2 weeks, working on the Subaru, trying to get it ready. So we were just absolutely knackered. Like, I've never been that tired in my entire life.
So at this point we were both properly knackered, so we decided to call it a day at that point.
We literally grabbed a Subway just for something to eat.
Yeah.
And we went and watched the cars drive past the actual Ringworks building for
Maybe like 20 minutes, wasn't it?
20 minutes, and we were both like literally drifting off, standing up. So
Yeah.
we headed back to the hotel so that we didn't ruin the next day.
I think we were in bed by about 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's probably the earliest night we've had in a long time.
Yeah, it was really weird waking up the next morning having had a full night's sleep. It was felt unnatural.
Yeah, so like we'd done like intense work on the Subaru leading up to it, and we hadn't had enough time to recover from the lack of sleep from that, and then we'd done the journey as well, so it just absolutely wiped us out.
Yeah, we had some pretty intense driving coming up the next couple of days, so we basically just played it safe.
Yeah. So that was the wrap up for our journey there and the first evening. We will pick the video up in the next episode on the start of our first full day, and which is absolutely epic.
Yeah, it's going to be a much longer video, but will be full of a lot more content that will hopefully interest you quite a lot. So we've got karting, we've got the actual Nordschleife itself, and then we've got a bit of exploration as well. So I'm not going to give too much away now, but jump back in with us day after tomorrow and you will be able to see it all.
Yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.